Hangout is being recorded publicly. We are discussing Google Hangout, on the Google Hangout, discussing the work we did the last time when we met in the class. We are continuing along, focusing on this particular domain, and the domain is celotecorp.com. And in that particular domain, we want to make sure that one and one needs to know that we plan to use AWS Route 53, and that is our goal. You should be able to see my black colored window with where I'm typing, and
Yes.
also see a green colored window where I am using my terminal. I'm going to make the terminal a little bigger so we can see what's going on. And here I will check dig celotecorp.com, and first thing I want to check is the name servers. So I will say NS. And when I'm saying NS, it will give me the current name server names. And let's run it and find out. What do we get? We find that it is running one name server.
One and one needs to know that we plan to use AWS Route 53, and that is our goal. You should be able to see my black colored window with where I'm typing, and also see a green colored window where I am using my terminal. I'm going to make the terminal a little bigger so we can see what's going on. And here I will check dig celotecorp.com, and first thing I want to check is the name server.
I think somebody has the mic open, and that mic open is putting my audio back into the Hangout, which is kind of crazy. But what we were discussing is that this Celotecorp has our domain mapping to one and one, as you can see here. And so what we want to do is change it over to AWS Route 53. And that is what I would like to do. So what I would like to ask Giovanni is to find out and tell us if you can start sharing your screen so we can then focus on your computer desktop that you want to share with me and everybody. And I will now ask Giovanni to share your screen, please. Can you?
Yes, I'm going to share it right now.
Yes. So here is what you see is Giovanni's screen coming up.
Can you see my screen?
Give me just a sec. I think I am looking at Giovanni's screen. Yes. Now, Giovanni, please go to AWS console. And here, first thing you want to do is create a hosted zone, which you have not yet. So let us create a zone.
Got it.
And in here, when you create a zone, you want to log in. You have to provide your password. And go to DNS management, the first blue button, and here you want to create a zone. In that zone, what we are doing essentially is promising to pay 50 cents per month and create a zone record for our domain with Amazon Web Services Route 53 service by clicking the blue button and then typing celotecorp.com and create. When we say create, yes. So you just promised to pay 50 cents per month. And here are the delegation set. On the right side, you see there are 4 entries. NS377, AWS DNS, that one. That is one of them. You have to take one by one, not all 4, one by one, and then go to one and one. 1N1, and you need to provide these entries to 1N1. You need to log into 1N1 also and change the DNS settings. This DNS transition takes time. It will take up to 48 hours, and we do not plan to run the Hangout for 48 hours. So we may have to revisit this once we are maybe meet on Tuesday. But at least at this moment, I would like you to finish that part, which is giving 1N1 your AWS Route 53 DNS server names. So that part I would like you to complete and make sure it is done correctly, and then we will do the other parts when the propagation finishes. Got it?
Got it.
Sweet. So let's do this this part at this moment. At least do one entry. So I'll make sure that you know what to do and how to do it and all that good stuff.
Got it.
Go on the domains section. No hosting. We do not want any hosting whatsoever. They will try to sell us hosting. We don't want any hosting.
Domain center?
It's just the domain name which we already have. And so we want to get the domain name, click on that name, and then go to the domain center. And there you will find your domain that you bought already. You want to click the checkbox there when it shows up. And there's a little checkbox right in front of your name somewhere. In that checkbox, you check it. And then go to domain settings, yellow drop down. Domain setting, yellow color drop down.
Domain setting, got it.
Yellow drop down, edit DNS settings. And here you want to change the DNS servers to not 1N1, but other name servers. And put your first name server number 1, paste it. And that is the first entry. Now when you paste it, hold on, before you go, when you paste it, you should make sure to clean paste. As in, the pasting has to happen with trailing and leading spaces removed. So you should go before 1NS and make sure it is clean. And you should select secondary name servers here in the blue drop down, secondary. It will open up 3 more entries. And the other entries you have from Amazon AWS, you should grab those and put them in here one by one. And while you do that, what I would like to say is this propagation, this change of DNS name servers takes a little time. We have seen it takes anywhere between 10 minutes to 2 days. We don't know how much time it will take for you. But when it happens, when it finishes, you just let us know and we'll continue along with the next step, which would be to have a TXT verification done with Amazon, and then have the MX records also set with Amazon. And when you complete those actions, your domain will verify and your email will start flowing.
Got it.
Got it? So while you do that, I would like to maybe request somebody else if they need help. Let us stop the screen sharing of Giovanni's computer and take somebody else up. And that other gentleman or lady, if you want to share your screen, you want to go to the upper left corner and click a green button with an arrow. And that green button with an arrow will say screen share. In that screen share button, you can basically start sharing your desktop. And when you do that, it will allow everybody to see your desktop. And that's what we plan to do. So my next question would be, after Giovanni is done doing this, I would like to switch away from Giovanni's computer and go to somebody else. Is there anybody in this Hangout that needs help with the email stuff, email setup stuff? Guess not. Nobody needs help. Well, that means we are done with the homework. Is that right? I don't think so. I haven't seen everybody replying yet. I have seen some, I mean quite a bit, but not everybody. So I want to make sure everybody succeeds. So let me go and see who has actually done the homework part. So I have seen that 13 people have successfully completed out of 21, which is awesome, by the way, just awesome. That is nice. So who wants to go next? That's the question. Any volunteers? 11 chat messages. Mute the mic. Agreed. I am all good. Haha. Yeah. Should we all mute mics? Oh, that's a great idea. That was Daniel saying that is an awesome idea. Absolutely. I got your email back on the emails we made. Okay. The question I have essentially is to all of you, do you need help with the email setup? Just unmute your microphone and say yes. I just completed the steps with Giovanni. Oh, wonderful. That is awesome. Jermaine, that is nice to know. Can you please type your domain name so I can see and check out what's going on the dig entries, on the MX records? I'll just cross-verify that with you, for you. So please type your, give me a sec. Oh my God. So please type your domain name. It's maximexistence.com. Maximexistence. Let's see what's going on with the domain. So I'm going to share my desktop screen now and make sure that you are able to see my screen, which means this. No, which means this. And let me copy that maximexistence.com thing like that. And then take it here to the desktop. The next domain we want to go and examine is this domain. It is called the maximexistence.com domain name. So I'm going to go to terminal, and here, just first thing, verify, clear, dig, maxim, ns. Check. And I do not see any entries because I think the domain is being propagated. You just made those changes like 2 minutes ago. So it will take time for propagation. I understand. Let us also check if there are other entries already made. No, not yet. And other entries for MX. Not yet. So you just completed it. It'll take time to propagate. Awesome. Other examples, other people who might need help, I would invite them to volunteer, and let's figure it out. Let's get this completed for everybody. Daniel is tired this Saturday morning, I guess. Maybe check on the network to OLS instead. What was that? Network to OLS. I did not understand what Stephanie is typing. Maybe check on network tool. Oh, network tools. Okay. Yes, network tools. Good suggestion, Stephanie. Good suggestion. I will go check that in network tools. So here it goes. Network tools. And I'm going to check DNS records. I'm going to type in this name and say non-cache DNS. That's what I'm typing. So I'm checking DNS records in the advanced tool button here. I've selected non-cached, this option, and say the domain name there, and then I type go. And let's see what comes up. What we see is basically nothing, because it is still being propagated. So it is retrieving DNS records for this domain, attempt to get DNS server, and it failed because it is still being propagated. Understand. The other domain is Big Bang Big Crunch. Wow. That is fancy. Big Bang Big Crunch. Let's see. What is that? How do I take it from there? Yes, Big Bang Big Crunch.net. Let's see what Big Bang Theory does. NS. Name servers. AWS. Correctly set up. Nice. Dig. And then TXT record. See what verification string is available. Beautiful. And then clear. Dig. And then we check the MX records. They are also correctly done. By the way, you should, with this Big Bang Theory, you should be able to have your email working, I think. So Chad, I suggest you please send me an email, or just send an email to this Mighty Council. I think, no, Mighty Council will not work. You cannot send email to Mighty Council unless you are using Cloud Genius email. Cloud Genius email only can send to the Mighty Council. Nobody else. Otherwise, you'll start receiving junk and spam. So only if you have a Cloud Genius email that you can send to the Mighty Council. Otherwise, Mighty Council will not accept email from outside. And Big Bang, BigCrunch.net becomes outside. And so send me an email directly, and let's see if it works. So I'm going to check my email in just a second. Let's check the next domain we have. Maybe check on the network tools instead. We did that. Cloud by Balla. Sachin. I don't see Sachin here, do I? Where is Sachin?
I'm here. I can see you.
Okay, good. Oh, I see that. There. I saw Sachin. There he is. Say hi, Sachin.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. So I just projected you for everybody to see. So I can see you. Let's go here. Dig cloudbyballa.com and check the name server records. And we have it Amazon. Nice. Clear again. Dig Cloud by Balla. And this time check the TXT record for verification. They're done correctly. Awesome. Now the MX records. And they're also done. You should have, I think your email worked. I think I received your email last night.
Yeah, I sent you in.
Yep. Yes, I did. And then we have Bibek Bajra. That also I think I received. Right, Bibek? I think I got your email. Then we have, Bibek says yes. Then we have Trevor. Trevor is TM College. How do you say the last name to Trevor? Trevor is muted. But okay, that's fine. I want to see where Trevor is. Is that Trevor? No. Chad, Chase, Diego, Giovanni. Where is Trevor hiding? Huh. Oh, there he is. Okay, hi. So Trevor, did you send an email to me? You are muted, Trevor. You need to unmute yourself before you speak. Mail setup is in progress. Meanwhile, you can set up billing. No, do not set up billing. We don't want to give Google money. No, don't give them any money. And so mail setup is being progressed. That is okay. You can wait, but don't pay money unless you really mean to. There is no reason. We have 30 days to experiment, and we can then stop the account. We don't have to use it. There is no reason to pay them right now. If you want to pay them, you can pay them after 30 days, but not needed for the class. Next domain, VND. Oh, that Vanderzio. Okay. Oh. Is that right? Yes. Let's check the TM College also. Dig TMColledge.com. Yes. NS. Okay. Yes, that is correctly set up. Next one is the TXT record for that. It is correctly set up. Then we have MX. It is also correctly set up. So you should be able to send me email, Trevor. It should work. So please send after the propagation finishes, verification completes. You should be able to send, receive, no problem. So let us see the next domain. Trevor, check your recording settings on your desktop. We can't hear you because he's muted. So he's not. Yeah, he's trying to speak, but he's muted. Let me see if I can unmute him. No, I can only mute you. I cannot unmute. I cannot unmute you. And so, Trevor, you need to unmute yourself. It is a security risk for me to be able to remotely unmute you. I can only mute other people. I cannot unmute other people. On my screen, it says unmute. Exactly. Anybody can unmute themselves, but anybody else cannot unmute you. It is a privacy and Facebook can unmute you. Yes, they can do whatever they want, but I cannot. I don't have that much powers and all that Facebook-like energy. I cannot unmute you. All I can do is mute you, but not unmute you. Similarly, I cannot open your camera. You can open your own camera and I can shut your camera off, but I cannot start your camera. It is a privacy risk. Maybe you should talk to Zach, Nilesh. I don't know who Zach is, but maybe you tell me later on. What else we have? VNDRZL.net. Oh, Zook, not Zach. It is Zook. Zuckerberg. Zook. Let me get this Vanderzeal name. VNDRZL. Okay, got it. So dig VNDRZL.net. And then check the name servers. They are done correctly. Sweet. And then we check the TXT record. That is also done. No, TXT record is not there. Hey Carl, your TXT record you should check. Carl, please check your TXT. Where did Carl disappear?
I'm here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but when I say disappear, I mean on the bottom there is this list of people, and I need to find who's who, and it's kind of hard to find you. So that's what I was trying to find you.
I just recently updated with the Google email, and then I deleted the TXT record. I didn't know we needed to keep it in there.
You don't need to keep. Thank you for clarifying. There is no need to keep TXT record after verification.
Okay.
And in fact, at some point you need to delete the TXT record to make room for another type of record. I will talk to you on Tuesday when we meet. And that TXT record needs to be deleted for another reason. So we'll do that, but I did not know. So thank you for clarifying. There is no need to keep it as after your verification is done. Your MX records does not seem to have set up yet, right? Carl, your MX records?
Yeah, I did it probably about 30 minutes ago. So
I see. Okay, fine. So it will take time, and then it will populate in the name servers. On my screen says unmute. Facebook can unmute you. Check your mic settings. Maybe you should talk to Zook. Yes, I will speak to Zuckerberg.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you comfortably. Was that Trevor?
No, it's Chase.
Chase, we heard you all along.
Okay.
Absolutely. So now, let's see. So that means we can delete the TXT record after our email has been set up. That is correct, Arjun. The reason for setting up TXT record in the first place was to make sure to let Google know that you are the rightful owner of that domain, and you did that. And TXT record with that long string of characters, like you saw here, right? In this case, in this case, you see this long string of characters that begins with Google site verification, blah blah blah. That verification. Okay, hold on. No, not this screen. This screen. So here you see this verification. This string verifies you are indeed the owner of the domain. Once that ownership verification completes, there is no reason to keep the TXT record in place because Google already knows you are the owner. And it means you can delete the TXT record if you are running short of room for keeping records. You don't need to delete that right now, but it will not hurt if you delete. Meaning you can delete. If you want to, if you're running short of room to keep TXT records, you should delete it right now. I don't think you're running short of room. So leave it alone. We'll talk about it later when we do, about the other type of record called SPF record. And I will discuss that later on, talk about security of email and verification and authenticity and other subtle things that we haven't even gone about, the detail that we did not even discuss yet. But we will do that next time when we meet on Tuesdays. We'll go into details regarding security of email. How do you know that you are indeed the person sending that email, not somebody else pretending to be you? How do you know that you are signing the email electronically? How do you know that your email servers are sending signed emails and not some other server trying to spoof that you are VNDRZL.net and not somebody else? So those validation, verification concerns and security related concerns. We will go over and see how to set it up, and those methods that we will go over on Tuesday when we meet face to face. I will describe those aspects. Right now, let's see if anybody else in the class, in this Hangout, needs help with the work we did last time. And if that is not the case, I'll maybe give a few more seconds. My VirtualBox issue. Okay. I know. So yes, VirtualBox issues. So here is Arjun. What I would like to do is ask you, where is Arjun? There is Arjun. That one. So Arjun, I don't want to keep everybody on this Hangout hung up while we work on your VirtualBox issue. So what I propose is, after we are done with this Hangout, that you and I do a one-on-one Hangout, and then I will remote control your computer and figure out what's going on. Is that okay? Sure. He says sure. I think that's what I think we will do. Is if you need help, like VirtualBox setup, we don't want to hold up everybody else. Let them enjoy Saturday. It is going to be sunny. So I want to let them do whatever they want and not hold everybody up.
Yeah, fair.
And so I want to do that one-on-one with Arjun. Right, Arjun? And Arjun says yes, sure. So what else we have? So that's the next. After this Hangout, Arjun and I will work on the VirtualBox issue, one-on-one. Next topic you want to discuss? Anything else? Like Stephanie, you need to get a laptop, and you need to email, which you already did, by the way. Thank you. You already did. You called him, and he has been trying to contact you, but I know you were sick, and so he called you back. That's awesome. And so yes, please tell him very clearly that you need a laptop that runs VirtualBox in black and white. We need the VirtualBox to be functional. If VirtualBox doesn't work, then okay, Diego, good to hear. I downloaded the new version of VirtualBox, and now everything works. Wonderful. That is sweet to know. Good to know. And that is awesome. So back to Stephanie. Please make sure that they understand, and they will give you a laptop. No issues there. They have money. They have budget. They have everything that needs to happen to make sure that you get a laptop, and they will get it for you. The concern I have is to make sure that they understand that it needs to run VirtualBox correctly. So try that before you buy it. That's the best way to buy it. And install VirtualBox, make sure it works, and then you buy the machine. That's the ideal case. I don't think any vendor will let you do that way, but who knows? Figure it out. Idea is to make sure we get a machine that runs VirtualBox correctly so we can work in the classroom successfully. And so we want you to have good learning experience, so you get a laptop that works. So that was, he told me he was working on it. Yes, he's working. He has 2 ways to possibly get me a laptop. Yeah, he'll have multiple ways. Don't worry about ways. Don't worry about him. Worry about you. Worry about your laptop. He'll figure out a way. He has all resources on the planet Earth to make sure you're helped. So he'll help you. Don't worry about that part. I got my email set up. Chase says I got my email set up, but when I do a dig, I don't see anything with Google or Gmail on the findings of dig. Aha. Let's see, Chase. I would like, Chase, you to please share your screen. And you can share your screen by clicking the upper left corner green colored button with an arrow on it. And that, after you click that, you should be able to see a button to share your entire desktop. I would like you to share your desktop. And so please share your desktop and show me what you're doing so that we can understand. So minimize this window, and there we have user workstation. Yeah, in this window, I would like you to run dig and show me what's going on. cwdocker.com txt, you got the txt record, wonderful. And by the way, a shortcut, a trick is to use the up arrow key to repeat the previous command. You don't have to type these things over and over. You can just go up arrow, and it will bring the previous command. There we go. So in here, we have to say MX, not MS, but MX, as in.
Figured out. Jump in on my class thing.
Yeah, here we have MX records not populated yet, and that indicates that your email is probably not set up complete yet. So we want to go and check Amazon records, Route 53 records, and see if you have created MX entries. And so please open Amazon Route 53, and in there, let's examine what's going on in the hosted zone. Do you have MX records created there? And also check your name server entries. You have apparently created MX records also, but we want to check your mail server entries also, the name server entries. And so here you go to record sets, this gray button, gray colored button, and the second button, and there you will find that you have not created MX entries yet. So create a record set by clicking the blue button, and there you will create an MX record type, not A but MX, mail exchange. There we go. And here you select the value box, and in that value box you will type in the values that Google will provide, and Google will provide you those values on their site google.com/a. And I would suggest that you go to the tab number 4 that is already open, as opposed to opening a new tab. You go to tab number 4 from top, that one, and here you type in admin.google.com, and that will show you straight what you need. And in here you type in not as Cloud Genius but as the other account, the new account you have created. Sign in with a different account, the third one, and say continue. And here you type in your newly set up personal domain and a password, and that will give you the entries. So here you need to go Google Apps, and then go Gmail, and then where did that go? Okay, there on the top, on the very top, it says blue. Domain is verified. Mail setup is pending. Return to setup. So click on that return to setup button, and here you want to click the next button, and then set up Gmail. And this will give you the instructions. Read it. Read before you click. Always read before you click. And so go next. And here you want to say other at the very bottom. Other. And say next. And there we have the records. You want to copy from number 1 all the way, no, not that way. Copy from number 1 all the way to the bottom. There we go. And Control C. And then take it to Route 53. You forgot the 1 part apparently. In the copying portion, you skipped 1. So grab the 1, that's good. And go all the way to .com and dot, and then Control C. Then you go to your values button and paste it. There we go. Now go to the bottom and say create. And here we have it. We have now MX records created. Now we will go back to MX records and change the 300 number to 60 seconds. So it make it faster, as opposed to waiting for 300 seconds. I would wait for only 60 seconds. So go to MX again, make it 1 minute, and save the record set. So the update will become faster. And now we will go back to our dig terminal and dig the MX records again after waiting waiting for 1 minute, waiting for 60 seconds. Right? We have to wait for 60 seconds and then we run the command again. Go up arrow in this terminal, up. And now we are ready to run it in 40 seconds or something like that. Okay, you answered it. Nilesh, you had a question and I answered it. That's awesome. Got my email. So by the way, what was that question, Arjun? Go ahead, type the question. So we can at least know what question we answered. You answered it. I don't know what I answered. Okay. So now I have a question for everybody. How do you think this Google Hangout is working out? Is it doing okay for you? Is it audible, visible, legible, and everything?
I like it.
It did not work, Chase. We have to give some more time. Google Hangout is awesome. I think it is useful. It is tremendously useful. Audio is bugging me. Other than that, it is good. When you say audio is bugging me, can you please type what exactly is going on? Like, what is the bug?
He's not muted through the Google Hangout, but his microphone's not picking anybody up or himself up, so we can't hear him.
I know. You know what? You bring your microphone or whatever setup you have tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'll take a look. Joseph says it's all right, but it kept booting me before I could even join. And so Joseph, you are on the Hangout. I can see you all. Hi. And so it kept booting me, meaning it kicked you out, and then you come back in again and again. That's what you mean by booting, I see. Okay. Is that happening anymore, or just initially it happened? Unable to join? Was it only unable to join? I am in now. Of course, I can see you. So you are indeed in. But at initial attempts, it was unable to join. I understand. What I'm trying to do is see if we can address some of the issues that I can address. I will address them. There are certain things that I don't control, like unmuting you. I cannot unmute you, so I cannot do those things. And then Stephanie says in the URI on the top right corner, you can manage your audio recording settings. That is correct. Stephanie, you're right. In the upper portion, in the mid upper portion, there is a little pin wheel. Like there is a microphone picture, and then there is this picture of let's see what it is. There is a picture of turning off your camera, turning off your signal strength, and then we have a pin wheel, like a circle thing with pointy arrows. So that wheel will click that wheel, and that will let you play with your audio settings. And here you can make sure your microphone works correctly, make sure your speaker works correctly, and then at the end of that upper segment, there is a hang up button, a red colored hang up button. That's a way to disconnect Hangout. So do not click that. But that's the way I would suggest that you look at your audio settings, your camera settings, and make sure they work correctly, and you can give that a shot.
There's also a button all the way to the right of the screen on the Windows machines. It's not in the middle, but all the way to the right. And if he clicks on that camera, he can show his microphone settings.
All the way to the right in the bottom, you mean?
No, at the top, just under the X. I don't know if it's showing that on yours.
Maybe I am using a Chromebox, not Windows, not Mac. It's Chromebox. So it's Google Chromebox for meetings.
Yeah, I'm also.
And so I cannot see what you see. But click the camera button, URL, I mean LOL. I am having problem with my mic, trying to fix it. Can't unmute myself. That's what I said. XD, yeah, for Windows. XD, I don't know what XD is.
It's an emocon.
Huh?
It's an emocon.
No, I did not.
Trevor,
it's an emoji.
And I did not quite understand what XD was. Stephanie says XD. Emoji. Okay. Okay. Emoji. I've never played with it. Never played with emoji ever, so I have no idea. Let me try XD. What that XD is? XD? No, nothing. Nothing. Whatever. And then we have. I need to change my microphone. I will fix it next time. It is an emoji. It's working now. Fixed it. XD. Nothing. Trevor, look at my screen. But look, but it's like colon smiley. Okay, colon smiley. I don't know. We'll figure out emoji later.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So what else you want to discuss now? You can unmute and just talk whatever is on your mind.
I don't even know if I'm on mute.
You are unmuted. I can hear you.
You hear me? Okay, cool. I didn't know.
I can hear you. No problem.
Okay. Let's see. Well, after we establish the AWS route and it's verified and everything like that, what was the next step that we needed to? Because it said we need to set up the email boxes.
So I will describe that to you. What I would suggest, Joseph, is that you please click on the upper left corner and click the green button with an arrow. And what that will do is allow you to share your desktop with all of us. So please do that.
Okay.
And when you do that, we should be able to see what you're seeing on your desktop. And then I can walk you through what is the next step.
Sure thing.
Please click on the upper left corner.
Full screen
button with an arrow, and then share your desktop. Can you?
Yeah, sure thing. Do you want me to you want me to share the full screen, or do you want me to share
full screen? Full screen.
Sure. There you go.
Okay. So here we see your screen, and now I would like you to go to whatever you had in mind in terms of the questions that you had in mind. So maybe begin with classroom.google.com. And so go to the classroom site, which is the tab number 5.
That's you.
Tab number 5. Yeah, the Mighty, that one. The Mighty is a classroom. So here, there are 6 new items have been posted to the stream, but let's go to the assignment. And in the assignment, which is get email to work, click on that assignment button. And here you will find step-by-step instruction on what needs to happen. And if you go back to the assignment detail tab on the upper area, in the mid upper, that one, here you will see step-by-step instructions on what needs to happen for email to flow. So let's follow along. Step number 1, done. 2, done. 3, check. Can you do it?
Yep.
Verify. Show it to us. No, verification has to happen either through nwtools.com or through Dig. So use one of those 2 methods of verification.
Okay.
So the last tab is your NWTools. There you go and verify whatever you're doing, which is the name server verification. Let's see what the name servers are. And yes, they are Amazon. Done. Next. Go to number 4. Number 4. Step number 4 is create a zone. And you got that. Number 5, takes forever. Done. Number 6, signed up for Google. We did that. Number 7, ask Google to verify ownership. So check the TXT record now. And so go to NWTools and look for a TXT entry. Do you see that? TXT entry?
Let me just refresh it.
Yes, you do. There is there at the bottom. There is a Google verification TXT entry.
Yeah.
See that? At the bottom of this authority records, just above that.
Okay.
So you have that. Now number 8 is done. And number 9 is also done. Now we'll ask Google to provide us MX record entries. Did you take the MX record also already? So go to NWTools. Go to NWTools. And you do not have MX records yet.
Not yet.
Which means you need to go to google.com/a and get the MX records from there, and then come back to Route 53 and create MX record entries. And so here, keep going next. at the bottom. Next. And say other at the drop down. Other. And at the very end, there will be other. And that other will give you what you need. And you say next. You will get MX records for you. You copy beginning from 1 all the way to the end. Not priority, not points to, just 1.
Okay, and then you copy and
from
paste.
1. No, not like this, not like this, not like this. No. Take the whole thing. Begin from 1 all the way to the end and copy. Control C. And go to Route 53, which is your tab number 6. AWS routing, that one. Create a new record, create record set. And create an MX record set. Create. Blue color button.
Yeah, I thought I clicked it already.
Yeah. Now drop down the type to MX. And paste in the value. Take 60 seconds as opposed to 300. Take 60 seconds.
Can I rename it or something or no?
No, nothing. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. So you just created a
Posted zone?
MX.
Oh, MX.
You just created an MX entry. Now you need to go back to Google and verify. Did I do it right? Now in the verification in Google has to be done after 300 seconds because that's what you said.
Okay.
It will take at least 300 seconds or more.
Let me see. I did put 300 seconds instead.
Yeah, you have 300 seconds. You can go and make it 60 seconds if you like. So you can wait less. But you know, these things take time.
Of course.
These things just take too much time sometimes. So you go back here and then go to, no, don't create a new zone. Existing zone, go to record set. Check the MX entries and make it. You did not save apparently, huh? Okay, create again.
Okay, got it.
MX. Paste. 1 minute this time. And create.
Okay.
Now it is created. You can see it. Now go back to your NW tools and verify there. NW tools is the last item.
Trace route.
Now here you verify again and see if the MX records show up. Not yet.
Gotta wait 60 seconds.
Yeah, maybe more than 60 seconds sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work.
All right. So then after that, MX records. Verify MX settings. MX setting expected. Anyone else to send us email on our new email address? See that email, reply back to just confirm the emails work.
Yeah. So let's see on Google's website, admin console,
Yep, there it is.
Okay, good. Go back to Google, which is the tab just before this. And here, say next. Next at the bottom. And say next. And you're done.
Set this up now? Oh,
no.
Later.
No billing. Unless you have a ton of money to throw away. There are a lot of people waiting to take that money.
Mobile access.
You're done. You're done right now. At the top, there is a blue button that says return to setup. Make sure that is taken care of. Back in Google, at the top blue button, return to setup. And I think you are set up. So go to gmail.com in this window, right? In this window, gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Right in this window, just type in gmail.com. Not here. No, no, no. There. Yes. Gmail.com. And you should be able to send and receive.
Oh, if I type it in, you want me to type in my email?
No, just go to admin console again and type gmail.com. Enter. No, not here.
Just type in gmail.com right here.
Yep. Type in gmail.com and send me an email.
Well, that's my Cloud Genius account.
So you should change over at the top. You see your picture on the upper right corner.
Yeah.
You click on that and click on the picture and say Joseph Silveira, the next one. No, not this picture. Cancel. Cancel.
Oh, that one?
The next item, there are two accounts. You have Cloud Genius account and the one with your name there, that one. Take it.
Got it. Okay, switching over.
And this will log you into your own domain. Now from here you send me an email and then we are done.
What was your email again? Is
Nilesh at Cloud Genius. Except that it is Niles, H. Think of Niles, H, when you spell my name, Niles.
So N-H-I?
Like Niles, the British name Niles, N-I-L-E-S-H.
I am not that good at history.
Okay. The African river, Nile.
So Nile.
Like N-I-L-E.
Like that?
Yeah. And then add SH. That's good.
Cloud. Then.
And say hi. And send. Hola. Good. I'll check my email and respond to you in just a second.
Cool.
Let's see if I have your email. And I do. Hola. What's the good response to hola? Is it also hola?
Como estas?
I think a response to hola is hola. So I just said, ¿Cómo estás? Okay, bien. So I just responded, you should check your email. You should have an email from me, I guess. But I think we are done. Let's go to the next one, which is mucho gracias. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Let's go on Bibek's screen. He says, still processing. How long will it take? So I'm going to see if I can ask Bibek to share his screen. And Bibek, you should go to the upper left corner, green button, and then share your desktop so we can see what's going on your setup. And so you can just run some dig verifications or NW tools verification for us and then figure it out.
Got it.
Because somebody's doing some serious linear algebra math there. That is awesome. Who's that? Wow. Oh, that must be Vivek, I guess. Okay, good, good. Linear algebra is good. So let us check dig, please. Vivek, start checking dig or nwtools.com. And there you will find what's going on. So go one by one. First check name server, then check txt, and then you check mx and see what's up. Name server first, and that is good. Up arrow, up arrow. Don't type again and again. That's boring. And delete ns and put in txt. Enter. And up arrow again and say mx. mx. Beautiful. And your mx records are not set. So let's go to AWS Route 53 and set your MX records. Chase says, did you get my email? Let me check, Chase. I haven't checked my emails. Chase Decker, you have your email. I have received it. Email up and running. Chase, yes, I got it. And I replied to you. What else we have? Ola. Okay, Ola is done. Then we have Chad Kinslow, Big Bang Theory testing works. Big Bang.
Really?
That's the name. It says I'm not muted on Google Hangouts and settings. I changed the mic. Hey Trevor, we need to look at your computer and the microphone and everything to figure out what's going on. But I think Vivek is just set up MX records. So great, Vivek. Make sure it is 60 seconds and go back and verify in NW Tools or Dig, and then go to Google, tell it you did it, and then you're done. I see an email from Aaron that says Aaron wants to join this Hangout. And apparently, Aaron is trying to join the Hangout with a non-Cloud Genius account, and that would not work.
No.
So in this screen, Vivek, I would like to suggest that you, it says mail setup in progress. Is that where you were stuck the last time? Or is it different this time? If you can check my screen, this is what I'm talking about. Same from last time. Okay, let me see now. So in here, let us Vivek Bajra. I will go and check on my computer. I'll start projecting my computer as opposed to looking at your screen. And now I'm projecting my screen. And in my screen, I'm going to say clear, and then say dig vivek.com and MX. You see the MX records are not propagated yet. Do you see that, Vivek? Yes. So Vivek says yes. And that is the problem I think we need to solve. The problem we need to solve is by making sure that our NW Tools thing, this guy, with the vivek.com, and if the DNS record should show us MX records, but it is not showing yet. It is showing only name servers correctly and TXT records correctly, but it is not picked up MX entries yet. So now I will do is to put Vivek back on the screen and ask Vivek to verify AWS Route 53 again one more time. And here, go to the MX entries, click one, and here you want to go your name is wrong. Your name. So just above the MX type, no, not here. This is okay. Yeah, exactly. Just above the MX, you have incorrectly put Vivek in there. That should not be there. It should be blank. You know, hold on. Before you delete, it should be blank. But that is the place where you want to add if you want to have your email as xyz at bibekbajra.com as opposed to xyz@bibekbajra.com. You see what I'm saying? That was the problem. The entry in the name should be blank. Now I would like you to save the record and verify that it is bibekbajra.com, not bibek@bibekbajra.com or anything other than just the domain. And now give it 60 more seconds and then go to verify in NW Tools. And when NW Tools verifies correctly that you have MX records set correctly, and then it is done. So you should now send and receive email successfully, Vivek. It worked. Awesome. Okay. What else you want to discuss today? People are quiet. Are you tired? Is there any way we can see if Camo2Commerce can provide us with a separate monitor so that we can do these hangouts while follow along and working on a second screen? Aha. You should ask that question to Camo2Commerce officers.
Well, I'm thinking if you mention it first, then it makes it more valid.
Aha.
You get another monitor.
And we could all use a second screen, I'm sure.
That'd be nice. I actually need a whole workstation.
I figured there's no, the worst they can do is say no.
You guys are amazing.
I'm just wondering if anyone else is having like problems still. Like everyone else is caught up to speed the same way we're at right now.
I want to ask everybody this question because I have no idea. I would like you to tell me.
Like everyone in the class at least sent you an email at this point from their
I think
website?
so. I think so. Most of you succeeded, and I'm happy about that. And Jermaine says no. So please, Jermaine, help us. What's going on? You want to share your desktop? The way to share your desktop is upper left corner, green button, arrow. And
I just
share your desktop. Let's figure out what's going on.
There you go.
There we go. So we are looking at Jermaine's desktop. I'm going to make sure it's visible to everybody. And it is. Let's see what's going on with your setup, Jermaine. So please verify your MX records are not set. Okay. So your TXT records are also missing. So let's do the first thing first, TXT. So here you want to create a TXT record, create record set, blue button, and Google will tell you what to put in there. To create record set, maximize this window so you can see it better. That's good. Now go to here and say name is blank. In the TXT window, you keep it ready. We don't know what to type in the value segment yet. So you want to type in the type drop down, you want to select TXT. Not here. No. Up. Type TXT. T. Jermaine, you want to read. You really want to read carefully. In the type drop down, you want to look for TXT. That one. Slowly, one by one. Read TXT. Bingo. That 3 steps down. One more down. one more. That one. That's a TXT record. Now we don't know what value to put in because we are not Google. So we want to go to Google and ask them, hey, what value do you want to put there? Right? So go to classroom.google.com, which is tab number 3, the Mighty Council tab. And in that Mighty Council, you will see the assignment homework due today on the left. Click on the email to work on your domain assignment. Click on that. And go to assignment detail at the top. In the assignment detail, you should start reading. Number 1, purchase a domain. Number 2, create an AWS account. We did that. Number 3, we did that. Number 4, did that. 5, also done. 6, did you do that?
Signed up for Google.
I think you did not, because you were one-on-one was giving you really hard time, I remember. I think you may not have done this part.
Did you get the Google extension?
He probably did not, because he was struggling with one-on-one was giving him really hard time. He was like on the phone with one-on-one quite a bit. And so it's unfortunate, like one-on-one sometimes doesn't work properly. But having understood that now we have working one-on-one, I would suggest, Jermaine, that you please follow along in this step number 6, which is to sign up for google.com/a for a free 30-day trial. Do not give them any money. Do not give them credit card. And you want to get your email for your business and follow along. And as you do it, read very, very carefully. And that should be okay. And the first thing they will do is give you a TXT record for verification of ownership of your domain. And that's the name you want to use. So it will be Jermaine at your domain dot whatever. That's right. And so here you want to go your name of your organization. And give it a phone number. They might call you to verify. So you do not need to buy a domain because you already have it. You will need to verify that you are the owner of your domain, maximexistence.com. And then this verification happens through, I want to make sure that you type in your password correctly and you save it so that you remember it. So I don't want to talk right now. I'll let you finish this. Make sure you create a password and save it safely. I would like to receive spam.
Oh, yeah.
Accept and agree. I agree. I want to receive spam from all of you.
I want to receive emails for offers that I don't care about.
That's right. And you have to put in an alternative email address. So you can put your Jermaine Cloud Genius address or whatever you like in the red box. Red box.
Yep. There's a space? Oh no, that's a period. Never mind. I'll just use your Cloud Genius account.
So a question from Arjun is that once we create a domain name, can we change the domain name? You can rename it. Not with Google. Google will want you to create a new google.com/a account. They treat every domain as an independent company, and therefore if you want to use a different domain, they will ask that you sign up with google.com/a again, all over again. And that's how the current state is. We can do nothing about it.
I mean, it's easy to point out the loophole in that one is like if a company just keeps on making a new one and then just using a new one, using the 30-day trial over and over again.
Yes, and that is okay with Google.
Get some money out.
Google is okay with that. It's not a loophole. You know what? At the end of the day, if you're running a business, you do not. Yes, continue, sir. Jermaine, continue. That's a good one. You want to start setup and do it manually. The blue button on top, continue. And verify your domain. That will give you a TXT record, and you take it from here and go to the other section at the bottom, other, and
just keep on renaming the domain.
Yeah, no. The idea is that if you're running a business, your primary goal is to run your business and not do this Google app, not do the Google app setup every 30 days to say what again? $6?
Yeah.
That's the reason why people don't do that. In large companies or even in medium-sized companies, you want to make money than saving $6, right? You want to make money faster as opposed to saving $6 for every employee every month.
But you can.
You can do lots of other things, right? But it doesn't make sense from a business perspective to do it that way. So that
I'd rather pay the $6.
Yeah, exactly. And they understand it. That's why it is not a loophole. And now you need to go back to Google and say, please verify after 60 seconds. So you need to go to the tab number 4 and say verify. And verification failed, which is okay. You should go and verify with NW Tools and Dig. So up arrow. You can do multiple up arrows. Keep going up, up, up. It'll bring history. Bring history of all the commands you ever ran. There you go. You should say TXT because you want to verify TXT record, right? There we go. We have it now. So let's go to Google and say, please verify again. And verified continues successfully, verified successfully. So keep going. Next we want to do is create an MX record. So at the top you will see a blue button and say next. And there you want to set up your Gmail and say next, and it will give you MX records. You take those records, put it in EC2, sorry, not Amazon AWS Route 53, and we are done. So I think even though this guy 1&1 gave you hard time, you're using Google servers. You're using Google servers. Google, please. Yes, next. And here drop down at the end, say other, and you will go next and give you MX records. You take those MX records and you put them, copy from 1 all the way to the end. Copy, Control C. Go to AWS, create a new record set, blue button. No, don't change it. No, cancel. Create record set. Blue button on top, create. Bingo. Now here you create MX, type MX. Paste. Save. Create. Bingo. Done. Your mail should be working in 10 minutes or less. So go verify on Dig, NW Tools, back to Google, and it should work. So what else you want to discuss now? It is an open forum. You can bring any topic you want that is broadly related to technology. Lunch, I think lunch is a good idea. Lunch is a great idea, you know, exactly. Talk nerdy to me. Trevor is amazing. He was showing the Talk Nerdy to Me t-shirt. I would not complain of this Google Hangout. I think it worked out okay. We did not need that fuse and other things that I set up as a backup plan. We did not need all of that, but it worked okay. It worked out okay, and not super happy about audio problems, but mostly it worked for most people. Maybe in the future we can do a remote lunch. You mean a lunch on a Google Hangout? Is that what you mean? We can do that. We already did like coffee on Hangout. Mail setup is pending. So it says blue return to setup at the top. Return to setup. And I think you're done. I think you're set up correctly. So you should now go to gmail.com and send me an email, and you're done. Make sure you change over to your domain account as opposed to CloudGenius account, your own Maxim Existence domain. That one. No, don't need to sign out, just switch. Yes, sweet deal. This should let you send your email to me from your domain. So what I would like to now discuss, unless you want to rush for lunch, is something that we want to start working on our LinkedIn profiles for our, making sure that we are doing good work is one part, and the other part is that we tell everybody what we are doing is also important. And so what I want to be able to do is to give you some ideas on how I think on what we can do together to make sure that people know what we are doing and that know the Trevor says know the backup stuff in case Google goes down. I did not understand, Trevor. Can you clarify what you said? Trevor says know the backup stuff in case Google goes down. I did not quite understand. What did you mean? I think Trevor is typing. In the early comments you made about not needing those things today. Yes. So we don't need that right now, but there will be things that are called, let me say that, SPF record, PKIM record. So we'll create these two records Tuesday, and it involves a little bit explanation, and I would like everybody to be there as opposed to only so many of you. Let's see how many of you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have only 12 people right now in the Hangout as opposed to 21. And I would like to have 21 in the Hangout or in a meeting to describe these concepts. Otherwise, we'll have to repeat them. But I will do that Tuesday when we meet. I would keep this topic for Tuesday as opposed to right now, because I don't want people to lose out on the core ideas. And the thing that I want to discuss right now is this aspect that I described. There are two parts to doing, two parts to success. One is doing good work, and second is showing what you did. And these two parts, did you get my email? Let me check. Let me check if I received your email, Jermaine. Hold on. I did. Or rather, yeah, I should say, who, what was that? Yeah. Hua? Something like that. Right? Is that how it is used? I have no idea. But I just use that. Wow. Yes, I did.
How do you unshare your screen?
You click on the green button on the upper left corner again, and that will stop sharing your desktop and start sharing your camera. If you have a camera. If you don't have a camera, it will just show nothing. Right? So on my screen, what I wanted to say is that we want to do two things when we are doing some work: is to do it, make it correctly, make it successfully, but then also show that we are doing it. And that showing part is sometimes sometimes it is culturally difficult. It was difficult for me, honestly, to be able to show what I'm doing is a hard part. And when I say show, it basically means marketing yourself. You get this point of marketing yourself, right? When I say marketing myself, I am essentially selling my services to a potential employer. That's what I mean. Are you able to read my screen? I think you should be able to see my screen on your Hangout.
We can see it just fine.
And Sachin says no, no. Huh.
You have to, Diego, you have to click on the other screen. He's sharing two of them.
Yeah, there are two Nileshes. One of them is showing this face, and the other one is showing the monitor.
Yeah.
You see there are two Nilesh at the bottom here?
Showing a picture of you, not coming up.
Yeah. So if you click on the other Nilesh, not this one, not this, but the other, that is where you will see my screen. And that is my laptop, by the way, here. And so this is the screen that you see that I'm showing you on the other Hangout. I mean, I have multiple Hangouts going on, two right now. One is this Hangout, and the other is this Hangout. And so that Hangout is where I'm showing my screen, and that screen is shared with Jay Shep. What is that? That screen is shared with JP Shep. Who is JP Shep?
He means Joseph.
Oh, Joke Shep. Oh, Joseph. Yes. That screen is shared with everybody, by the way. All of you can see my screen, which says, do good work, show what you did, market yourself, right? That's what we want to accomplish at the end of the day, so that we land a job, right? You see where I'm going with it? You want to be able to not only do good work, but also show what you did, to market yourself. to sell your services to a potential employer to essentially land a job. If you go to jungle, if you go to somewhere in, I don't know, in Sammamish, come here in Sammamish, and here you do something, nobody in Seattle will find out what you did unless you tell them what I did. Or even better, have somebody else tell them that you did. That's even better. It's called third party information. Right? Have somebody else vouch for you. You did good.
That's free advertising right there.
I know. So we want to enable these things, right? As opposed to just doing good work, we want to actually advertise ourselves. We want to have other people talk good things about us. And that is not easy. We have to prepare for it, plan for it, create a showcase about us, and actively do it. We can focus our energy in doing stuff, great work. But if nobody sees it, we lose. We lose the battle. So we want to not only do good work, but also show that we are doing it. You got that point clear? Just type in yes or no. Okay, good. So what I am saying next is, now we will be doing ton of work in our class and in Hangouts and wherever we go, and for other companies, other enterprises, other non-profits, starting with RP6 and Goodwill, RP6, and there is one more called Mo's Heroes that I have been, mo'sheroes.org. More. I don't know how to spell it, but I'll figure out. It's somebody called Mo's Heroes. Yeah, I think that's the spelling.
MOS Heroes.
Yeah. So they are organizations that do good work for the community, and we want to help them. We want to help them do their work, make it easy for them. So we will find projects with them. And this lady from Mo's Heroes, she just emailed me, and they want to work with us. So that, where is that lady?
Yeah, MOS, was it Military Occupational Service?
I don't know what that means. I have no idea, but all I know is that the CEO of that organization wants to work with us, which is awesome. So this is the agency, is it?
Oh wow, it is Mo's Heroes. But it's MOS Hero, yeah.
So they are doing good work to help people, and you want to help them. And the lady here, what's her name? That's easier to find in my email. Shadana. So she is excited to work with us. And so Shadana says that she will work with us and she'll give us projects. So we'll work on these projects with Goodwill, with RP6, with Mo's Heroes, and other people as we accumulate. But we want to create a showcase for each one of you. So what I want is create a showcase. That's what I want. Now, how do we do that?
By being able to set up our own little cloud network that we just created, right?
Yes, we can do that. But you can create a beautiful piece of art and hide it in your closet, and still nobody would see. So what do?
Get those people that we help to post something nice about us on LinkedIn.
That's right. So we want to go to LinkedIn, and we want to, claim that we are working for organizations on specific projects and working them, we are volunteering our efforts for them. We are donating our time, our energy, our knowledge to help them accomplish their goals, and we are essentially consulting with them. Right? So one idea would be to go to your LinkedIn profile and mark yourself as you are consulting with an organization on behalf of Cloud Genius is one way to present yourself. What do you think of it?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so the idea would be something like this. The key is to make sure that you are indeed doing work with them and highlighting the work you do. So I'll give you one quick example. An example would be something like, by the way, let me give you this link so you can actually join me on LinkedIn if you like. My name is this. And
I believe you already sent me a request.
Yes, you can join me. Absolutely. Please do that. And in here, let us look at working on our profiles, on our LinkedIn profiles, to highlight the work we do every time we do something for somebody and have them give an endorsement. I think we are getting a lot of feedback from your microphone. I think, yeah, Daniel is saying that to Joseph. You are getting a lot of feedback from your mic, which means I need to mute it.
Should I mute it?
Yeah, I will mute you, don't worry. So I'm muting Joseph. Okay, I did that. You muted Joseph. Good. So what I'm saying now on my screen is that I would like each one of you to be able to not only do good work, which you will be doing, but prepare your LinkedIn profiles to show that you will be working, and write a little one-liner, two-liner description of what you will be working on. And so I want you to start mentally thinking in that direction. Got it? Any questions or comments in that topic? What I'm really saying is, Giovanni says yes. The idea essentially is we will identify projects to work on. We want to highlight what we do for the other organizations as consultants. Like, for example, here you have my role as the founder. I give you the freedom to choose your role as consultants, and then you can write something like this. I'll make some example up right now, just making it up right now, because this is something that, yes, indeed, Giovanni, we are marketing ourselves. Absolutely, bingo. Daniel says, awesome. Yes, indeed. And we are not, we are doing absolutely planned action. We want to actually first work for people, do good work, make them happy, make them satisfied, and then claim that we did it, and then get endorsement from them. You see where I'm coming from? Do you get the picture? I want you to say yes or no in the chat window. I would expect more yeses or nos. That's awesome. Awesome. Good to know. What essentially I'm trying to do is to give you a place to show that you did whatever you will do. And so think in that direction. Think in the sense that you want to create a showcase for yourself, and you do not want to hide that showcase in your closet. You want that showcase to be available and visible to where employers are already visiting, and that place is LinkedIn. It is not Facebook. It is LinkedIn. You want to be on LinkedIn with your resume, with your portfolio, with your profile, with your recommendations, with clear, actionable work you did. And you want to first begin with identifying what that work is, and then do it. And then do it good. Do it right. Make your customer happy. Make them successful. And make them like you. Make them trust you that you are indeed doing good. And then when they know you, when they like you, when they trust you, they will give you a recommendation. Would we put it under projects in the LinkedIn profile? Here is, that was a good question from Joseph. Here is my thinking. Here is what I would do. I would suggest that you do is you go and here add a position. And in that position, you can say, Cloud Genius, and it will drop down to this picture. You take that company, and in the title, you would like to say maybe consultant. How do you spell it? Consultant. Or you want to say, think of creative ideas. I'm just getting one name here. Where would we put it under the projects? And yes, so here you want to say in Lakewood, and start the time, and you want to think carefully before you publish. Don't rush to press the save button. Right? Do not rush to press the save button. And one more thing, you want to go to the other side here, and in this section, notify your network. You want to make sure while you're experimenting with it and you're making some changes that you're not sure what the right course of action is, you want to hide this and say, do not publish my changes. And that is critical. I would like you to be very aware of what I just said. Notify your network. Until the time you are experimenting with what is the right language to write here, what items to describe the work you're doing, you want to hide it. You do not want to publish random, useless, half-baked, or anything that is not professional to anybody. And I want you to absolutely doubly make sure that you do not notify your network of things in progress. You notify them only when you are done, and done correctly. And when I say correctly, you should feel comfortable, you should feel happy and satisfied, and you should make sure that rally point 6, for example. So I'm going to just make stuff up right now without actually doing any work. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saving anything. I'm not notifying my network. All I'm doing is right now just giving you an idea of how we can potentially pull this off. And that's the thing I want to focus on, is to make sure that you are understanding what I'm saying. And the critical part up until now was to make sure that you do not notify your network. And I want you to say, so Joseph has a question, would you want us to post the current time but not post it publicly on the network? I would like you to do nothing right now. Just watch and listen. Just listen. And let us do this face to face when I am with you in Tuesday. Let us understand what the right course of action is. Don't rush. We have ample time. We have to first do the work before we say that we did it. Right? We have to first make sure that rally point 6 is happy. They like us. They know us. They trust us. They want to work with us more than what we just did. So we want to first do it before we claim that we did it. So for right now, don't do nothing. Just listen and understand what we are thinking of. But I want that to be clear to you, is to make sure that this is how we would operate, so that we will actually do the work, make the customer, the client, then make them happy and satisfied, and then come back and write about it. If we write before we actually work, that will be bad. So don't do that. And when we are ready with the work, when we are ready and make sure that they are happy about what we did, then we come and write here in 1 or 2 sentences, what did we do? And then publish the changes to the network so that everybody should be able to see it. And at that time, we go back to RP6 and ask them to give us an endorsement, a recommendation. And that builds up a very tangible and visible testimonial. That is what I want. Now, I just suggested to you one possible approach of how we can potentially do this. Because at the end, when you have a resume, like, let me just show you what my resume was. Let me just exit out. I'm not saving this. I'm canceling it. But scroll down at the bottom and see what my resume was in 99. In 1999, my resume was just like your resume. I'm not kidding. Just read carefully, you will see it. See this 1999 at that time frame? In India, I was a government officer with no experience whatsoever in the private enterprise, just like you do not have experience in the private civil economy. Even I did not have any experience whatsoever. No kidding. I was a government officer that has no idea what the civilians do, honestly. And so I was in exactly your situation, with nothing to write on my resume except that I served the people of India. Like you can say that, you know, I was an interrogator, Stephanie. I know only about Stephanie, so I just picking her example. But and she's going to smile. So that's what I know about you. I want to know what you did, and so maybe we can create something to write about it here. And you can say, yeah, I was an interrogator, but it doesn't help people understand what did you do. And we want to do two things, as I said: do good work and tell everybody we did. And those two things need to come together in a place that is publicly visible to the potential employers. And so see what I'm doing starting 99 onwards, as I am in a college. I'm studying for 2 years and I work for free. No kidding, free, with a company called Ariba for 2 months as a consultant. And then work again as a consultant for 2 months with Sun Microsystems. And then work again for 2 months with Oracle. Used to be Siebel Systems at that time. You see those 3 entries, 2 months each? That gave me an opportunity to say that I know what private companies do. To give me an opportunity to say what I actually did for them. Now in those days, we did not have LinkedIn. LinkedIn came along, I think, in 2004 or 2003. So that's when I started using it. But at that time, I did not have it, a way to endorse myself. Otherwise, I would have taken the endorsement right then and there. But we did not have the tool. Now we do. So I jumped over to an employer at that time and I found a job. The job was with this company in June 2001 through April 2004. I find a job with EMC Corporation in Boston. And I get an endorsement. Bob Madeo. He says something. What does he say? I don't know what he said, but something. He said something. So that's what I built up. And by the way, this is a bad example. I don't have too much testimonial recommendations in my profile, but you can get some. I just have only one. And this is the way I would suggest that you begin building your resume, your LinkedIn profile, because this is the document that is publicly visible to every employer. That's what most employers go and look for. What did you do? And who is saying good things about you? And so what I just told you about editing your profile and adding a position as a consultant working with Cloud Genius to help Rally Point 6, to help Goodwill, to help Moe's Heroes, to help somebody else, we will find out. And I want you to also go and hunt and go and talk to people if they need help. We'll do the project for them and just say that we did. That's the outcome we want to accomplish, is do small projects to begin with and build up the work portfolio that you have. So that at the end, we can say that we did good work and we have evidence to show that we did good work. That's what we want. Any questions? A good place to start is to also add everyone in class to expand your network by another 20. Bingo! Please do. Please, absolutely. Great idea, Yasin. Yes, let us invite each other and connect and begin. The easiest way to find that is to just go to this location, linkedin.com, and just add. No, sounds great. No sounds great. I don't know what no is, but sounds great is good. Bingo. So the way you would suggest that you please add each other and add me and add everybody to increase your network. You will add yourself, and when you do that, let's see what happens here. I want to cancel out this one, and then if you give me a second, I'm going to show you one thing, which is a tremendous advantage for you to expand your network. Is huge, and I'll show you what it is. Okay, close. Right click. In my network, I have 2,162 followers. My network is 0. I like this idea. You just add me and your network grows tremendously. Please do. You can add me by going at linkedin.com/in/Londe. That is me. And once we start working on projects, I would like you to add your position as a consultant working with Cloud Genius to help people out and do good work. And not only do good work, but also show that you did is equally important. And doing good work is great, but not enough. And I'm not kidding. Doing good work, in large companies, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, and all the big ones, there are multiple types of personalities and multiple types of people. And some people do just great work, but they never tell anybody that they did, and they suffer, unfortunately. Similarly, there are some people who do good work, and they also talk about it internally and make everybody else know that they're doing good work. And that is something that is advantageous. And then there is unfortunately the third type of people that don't do stuff but just talk about it. And they are bad. They're just BS, right? They just talk that they did, but they actually did not. That is bullshit, honestly. I don't like that. So I want us to be the ones that do good work and also talk about it. Like the third type I said, don't do anything, just talk about it. They also exist. They're people. They're people of all types. And they exist in big companies, small companies, everywhere. We want to be the one that not only do good work, but also talk about it, show it to everybody that we did. Missing one of the aspects is a loss to us. We have to do good work, make the customer happy, make them successful, get a testimonial, and show that to everybody so that we get more work and more money and more happiness for everybody. That's the idea. Only one, like only do it and not talk about it is bad, and only talking about it and not doing it is also bad. It's probably worse. But do both. I mean, do the work and show it. Do it and show it. Both are important. Questions? No questions. Yeah, I don't like no questions. I need you to say something. Simply saying no questions is not good. I'm not satisfied. More money sounds good. Class is over. It was not a class. It was like a hangout to help you in doing what you're doing. It was never a class to begin with. Yes, I know you're hungry, and I know it is 12 o'clock, and you're open to drop off and go do your thing. It is sunny, and enjoy your sun. Enjoy the sun, the limited amount of sun we have here in this in this area. But next few days are going to be sunny, so that is nice. So if you're hungry, you can hang up. We'll meet. I just don't want to miss out on info like what you just showed on LinkedIn. I know. I'm sorry to keep you hungry, but yes, I talk, and I can never stop talking. That's another problem. And so you need to caution me that, it is 12 o'clock and we need to go lunch. And I will shut up at that time. But I can talk non-stop for hours. I told you already. And I'll not bore you, and I'll not put you on sleep. I promise. So if you think we are done, I can hang up. Are you going to post this recording? Yes, the recording is always available. Trevor, wake up! The recording is always available on my YouTube channel. And I think this one, as soon as I stop the broadcast button, it will create an MP4 file and make it available on YouTube right away. The same link that you saw that is on Classroom is also available for playback after the section, after this meetup, this hangout. This was a great hangout. Thank you, Giovanni. As soon as I stop broadcasting, the recording itself finishes and it becomes available as a YouTube video automatically. I do not have to upload anything; it just happens. That is why I like Hangout as opposed to this other tool that I had as a backup plan. What was that tool? Fuse. Yeah, the Fuse recording. Will you have opportunities for us to act as free consultants past December? I think that's a good idea. I want you to make yourself successful with the first few projects, and if that happens, I think that Daniel is a good idea. We can do that. Yes, I welcome that. I think it's a great suggestion. I want you to really be successful, and it's not just up until December. It is, we are a community. We will work together, not just for these 3 months, but forever. Once you are my friend, it is, you're in the network. I'm not leaving you alone. I'll not bother you like this every Saturday, but yes, you are welcome to connect with me anytime. I think we should all work together when we finish also. That's a great idea. Let us figure out what works out. But I want each one of us to think what we just discussed. Which email do you use for LinkedIn? So I may also. Okay, good question. My email is nilesh@loanday.com on LinkedIn and in most places. That was the email before I set up this Cloud Genius company, but I will add that email also. I should remind me to add it if I haven't. There should be another email for Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and these are my email addresses I use. Try any one of them except this one is not ready yet on these social networks. I will add that shortly. These two should be available. Goodbye. See you Tuesday, everyone. Have a good and safe weekend. Awesome. See you guys. And I think it was Arjun who wanted to do a one-on-one, so I'm open for that. Just let this Hangout finish, and then you call me on Google Hangout again, and we'll do a remote control. Enjoy the weather. Yes. Thank you, and bye, guys. Arjun, please call me back once we hang up on this Hangout. We will start a different Hangout and do a remote control. I will be stopping the broadcast now, and see you Tuesday.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.